Hey everyone, welcome to today's live stream. Get my words out here. I'm Jaden Sterling. Today is Monday, July 15th, 2024. Thanks so much for being here with us. And hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to outperform the equity markets. And I'm going to share with you, I just think this is the time to have that conversation. The world is a nutty place right now, and I want to help bring back. I want to help bring back some level of understanding and normalcy to our world. Is that okay? Do y'all mind if I just hang in there with me? When we talk about outperforming the equity markets, there's a few steps. Then they're simple. There's three that I'm going to talk about today. And before we dive into those three, there are a few pre-steps to take before I give you the very tactical steps here. And these are more of like a mindset, a mental strategy. About a week and a half ago, I was visiting family for the 4th of July Independence Day in the United States. And I was talking to a family member who shared with me that he's read 40 books on technical analysis and the psychology of the markets and the fundamentals of trading. And he just immersed himself in the world of books around the equity markets. And this was 30 years ago. So he really wanted to, he wanted to outperform the markets, and he thought he could do that by increasing his knowledge and understanding of the equity markets. And I asked, well, how did that go for you? And he said, well, not really well. I didn't outperform the markets. In fact, I had a really difficult time. And, his takeaway was that it really was a waste of his time to spend all those hours. And I said, well, what did you get from not from the books you read, but from the learning and the knowledge that you gained by investing on your own? And he said, basically, I came to the understanding that the market is manipulated. And I agreed with him. And, I've often said the stock market is extremely manipulated, and it's manipulated to go up because that's the only thing that would make sense why we have such a poor economy, like a shrinking of the middle class, a real division between the yachts and the have-nots. And it just seems like there's this big ever-growing gap of the elite and everyone else. Do you all feel that way? Have you felt that recently? Like, everything has gone up. It's ridiculous, the prices that we're paying. And, but it makes sense why these big grocery stores are bringing in profits 100% over what the analysts had thought. And Goldman Sachs earnings came out last week 150% above the estimated targets for their earnings. And, people scratch their heads and they're like, wait a second, what about the real estate bubble and the commercial real estate collapse and all these underperforming loans that banks have? And you have to remember back to the manipulation and back to the business model. Banks are in business to make money off of you, to make money off their customers, not for you. And as interest rates go up, they're earning higher and higher rates, thus bringing in a lot more money in profit, in deal making. It's just unbelievable what's happening, and it makes no sense. So that's where I want to start today. I want to start at this not making sense, because it doesn't. And we got to start there. And that's when you have to, what I say, just forget what you think you know about the markets And stop telling yourself you have to read those 40 books before you start diving in. I want you to just slowly start investing. And this is how you do it. First of all, make sure you have a self-directed account set up. Set something up for yourself. Self-directed means simply that you call the shots. It's directed by you, not by the brokerage firm or the bank that you have the account with. Okay, so that's number one. That's a preliminary step to these three that I'm going to share with you. So the preliminary is get that account set up. Start wrapping your mind around you deserve better than what they tell you you can get. Quick story, many of you know I teach an options course and we buy stocks, very concentrated positions, and we sell covered calls, and our returns have been incredible. Realized gains this year, and we started last quarter of last year. It's been unbelievable. In fact, it's been so good that one of my students went to a portfolio manager at Charles Schwab, and she said, "Hey, I'm getting like 48% return over here. Can you all do better than that?" And they're like, "Not a chance." They said, "We can get you anywhere from 8 to 10% a year." How are banks and brokerage firms doing that? They're doing that because they're sticking you in mutual funds and in bonds, both of which don't serve your financial well-being. So those lower returns in the portfolio, we avoid those like the plague. We say friends don't let friends buy mutual funds or bonds. And it doesn't make sense. I mean, in a rising interest rate environment, the values of those drop. They have what's called an inverse relationship. So wouldn't you want to go with things, invest your money in things that have a proven track record and will continue to perform well? And that's stocks. So number one, wrap your mind around and give money a target. Give it a goal and a direction. Like, decide ahead of time. Do you want to earn 30% on your money? Do you want 40%, 50%? You get to decide. My suggestion is start with 30, because 30, super easy to hit in this market. And look at some of these stocks going across my ticker taper. PTON, that's Peloton, the bikes, up 5.77% today, just today. So that's how easy it is to get those type of returns in a very short period of time, like today, right? So wrap your mind around that. Start with 30% and set up that self-directed account, and then give money a goal, right? Very important. Next, step number one, don't do what everyone else is doing. That means stop buying mutual funds, stop putting your money in bonds. They're not going to pay off for you. What is going to pay off for you is a solid portfolio of winning stocks. What do winning stocks look like? Well, it's simple. Go with what you know. I just did a little search, a very quick search. Best performing U.S. stocks in all of last year. Coinbase. You are familiar. If you have any cryptocurrency and live in the U.S., chances are you're working with Coinbase. Nvidia. Oh my gosh, what a home run. The stock just split recently, 10 for 1. It continues to go higher. DraftKings, well, that's just an online gambling platform. Maybe you're familiar with them or not. Meta is the parent company of Facebook, right? Everyone's on Facebook. Palantir Technologies, who is that? Well, they're the company, the AI company that is in charge of tracking and tracing your behavior online, and they sell your data to the government, healthcare companies. They have a long list of customers, and they continue to outperform. And it may be, in my estimation, one of the best performing stocks this year. Like, it's incredible how much money businesses and governments pay to get your personal data. So why do I bring these stocks up? Because my suggestion is to go with what is performing, because history tends to repeat itself. Now, you don't want to invest, you may not want to buy these companies right here. You also have to do an analysis of where they are, and is it the right time to buy? I'll talk about that in a minute. So that's step number 2, buying individual stocks. So step number 1, forget about what your broker or banker is telling you. It's not going to make you rich. No one has ever gotten rich by working with a stockbroker or banker. Never. Rich people bring their money in to hopefully rely on information and knowledge from an advisor, and it just there's a better way to do it. There's a better way, and it's not challenging. It's not difficult. Just know that this is very simple. Look at these top performing stocks of last year, and you probably recognize 2 or 3 of these names right off the bat. And just know that these, again, history tends to repeat itself. These could very well be viable companies into 2024 and beyond. So essentially, you can buy into these, buy shares, you can even buy fractional shares in this day and age, and then just keep adding to them, right? That's step number 2, dollar cost average into these stocks, meaning each and every month put a certain amount of money into these stocks so they start building up for you over time. Then you don't have to worry about, well, am I overpaying them? Is the price too much? Is the stock too expensive? That's a non-issue when you dollar cost average into stocks. And step number 3 is go with a reliable company that is going to help you find these stocks. Now, we just launched this amazing feature last week called Streaking Stock Rockets. I'm so excited about this because we have a section in our software that identifies winning stocks. Like, they have to have 50% year-over-year growth in their earnings. They have to be a 5-star stock in our system. They have to be an industry best, and look at these stocks. This is Emergent Biosolutions. I talked about this last Tuesday. What was it? $8.30 a share. Look at it today, $11.48. Well, there's your 30% right there. Today alone, it's up 7.84%. So don't be afraid to start finding, really start leaning into these companies that are available for you to invest and to grow your money so that it's meaningful for you. That is the key. That's the number 1 takeaway. So those are my top 3 steps. Very simple and easy. Make sure you recognize, identify some of these stocks, these companies that you may do business with. Maybe you're a customer of Netflix. Maybe you enjoy surfing Facebook or Meta all day long. Like really lean into these companies that you already do business with. Look at Apple today. This is a brand new high today, $234 a share. Continues to power higher. And this is typically how these things work. As they keep moving up, it creates momentum, and people are comfortable buying into momentum because they have what's called FOMO, a fear of missing out. So stocks will continue to climb higher and higher, and our software will help you identify these winning stocks. 5 stars in our system means buy it. Like, great price, right? So if you have any questions, please comment today in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them, and have a fantastic week. Thank you for all your support. We greatly appreciate you.